You have to break through and chatter through the paradigm that says it's left versus right. It's Republican versus Democrat. Because it's not. It's liberty versus suppression. Ben Swann, John Rose. November 3rd, 2018, days before the mid-election. And boy, I tell you, I am really up to here hearing all these negative ads about how bad the other guy is. That false left-right paradigm that we get tricked into thinking that we actually have a choice. In the meantime, what we see is independent news being purged on social networking. YouTube, Facebook, Google. What do? Well, Ben Swann's come up with a solution, possibly. Today's the 3rd. On November 1st, I saw a video by Ben Swann. He's only 11 hours old. He's introducing Isegoria. Ancient Greek meaning equality of all in freedom of speech. It's a new platform for a very unique market that's being purged from social media right now. It's the independents, the free thinkers. As Ben says, it's not a war of ideas, it's a war against ideas. The powers that be don't want us to wake up from what's going on. And they're purging social media so that they can keep the masses uninformed. Remember, this is how history repeats itself. We don't have access to it. Anybody who is out there trying to tell the truth about history or the truth about how to get healthy is being suppressed. The powers that be have to control what we know in order to control what we do. So we'll believe in absurdities and continue to commit atrocities. Things have got to change. And things are changing. A lot's happening right now. And I'm going to keep this video very short. I'll put a link down below to the Ben Swann video I saw just a couple days ago, as well as a link to his website. And the purpose of this video is to get your guys' feedback. What do you think about this new platform that Ben Swann is promoting, where he's offering a hub, a central hub to tens of millions of people who have like minds? We're waking up to what's going on. We see how the government's being used to control us. We're seeing how we're being controlled through medicine, socialized medicine. Never before in the history of mankind has there been a time when we need to get united and help this large group of people who understand part of what's going on politically, to understand what it really boils down to, and that's our health. That's number one. What's exciting about this new platform that Swann has put together is there's going to be a section for donating money for independents to help promote their ideas. Who knows, this might be an opportunity for us to get this message out, to help those who realize how government's being used to control us, to realize that government's only a subsequent need. We shouldn't have a need for a government. And governments are never going to work. And I explained this in other videos about the Kyklos cycles and how democracy goes through stages. And we're going through these stages right now. And we got to break this cycle. And it all begins with knowledge. Again, it's either liberty or suppression. If we look at those 9 stages that democracies go through, they start off in bondage. And then there are 4 stages that are on the uprise, where we find that knowledge that we're talking about that's being suppressed. And then we have the courage to apply it. And once we apply this knowledge that we're missing, then we have the liberty. Then there comes abundance. So those are the first 4 stages where we're getting out of this hell. But the problem is, for most of us, and when it comes to this, is the knowledge we really need is still missing. And as a result, once we get to abundance, we go down 4 stages, where we go into selfishness and complacency and apathy, and then dependency, which is where we are now. And that's how the cycle starts all over again, going back into bondage. I'll put links down below to Satan's secret weapon and another video I did recently that explains how these cycles go through, how the democracy goes through stages, and how we have to make some sense out of this false left-right paradigm that we've been tricked into thinking that now we have a choice. It's an illusion. And I explained in that other video why there are reasons why people would be attracted to the left and why people would be attracted to the right. And how they're both an illusion if we don't realize the most important piece of the puzzle. It has to do with our health. The powers that be know that. That's why our doctors don't know anything. That's why nutritionists don't know anything. It's by design. When you control what people know, you control what they do. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to live. As a result, we're out of control. And again, that's what starts this whole process of needing a government, a glockary, the mob rule. But now we're at a stage in democracy where now the mob's going to rule once again and vote us out of money. And we're going to go right back into this cycle where we go back to bondage again. And we'll never break that cycle unless we understand the biggest mistake we've ever made that created a need for a government. It's what created a mob that can't rule itself. Think about this. If we're out of control individually, there's no way we can get together and control ourselves. It doesn't work. We can never fix these broken systems that we have. We can make them better. But we got to learn to do away with them ultimately, which is the whole purpose of my YouTube channel. So once again, I want to open up this video to a discussion on what people think about Ben Swann's new platform. And I created a file on it day 1, November 1st, when I first read this. Haven't looked into it any more than that, so I'm looking forward to hear what you guys have to say about this. And if we have a good discussion, we'll all be in for a treat.